And we are live.
We're
Hey,
live.
Obby. What are we here for?
Hi. We're here for consequences. We're here for the consequences of a certain tall, twiggy vampire's actions.
Well, I'm glad you specified vampire because I was about to assert Craigory's innocence in any and everything.
Craiger's not a vampire. Therefore,
Exactly.
he is exempt from that description.
No consequences, ever.
No consequences, ever. Nothing. No consequence. Except for now.
Speaking of
Oh, man.
the one who does have consequences applicable, who are you and how's that going?
Oh, yeah, okay. We better get introductions
Yeah.
going. Hi everybody, my name is Artist of Obsessions, also known as Obby, and today I'm playing my stinky vampire son, Cassius, who has made mistakes, and is about to get yelled at for making these mistakes.
And I'm Kraken. I'm playing Craigory, apparently. This poor boy's first resort, and he's done nothing wrong in his life ever.
Listen, the only other option was Simon, and Simon isn't exactly a good role model. Damn.
Cassius, buddy. Need to get you more peoples.
We're working on it. We're working on it. Oh Lord, we trying.
So anyway, where is he right now, and how's he doing?
Right now, I think Cassius is in the skies as a tiny little bat.
Mm-hmm.
Which, this is taking immediately after a game called The Mercenaries, which Oatmeal ran, and it was a very good game, and I loved it. I love being a player. Cassius hated it. Cassius despised what happened and the results of what happened. And he has been it's a little ways away from Toontown to Halloween Town, if I remember the map correctly. It's not like across the continent
No,
ways away, but it is a bit of traveling.
it's the same corner of the continent.
Same corner. It's you know, it's in the same
Flyable,
ballpark.
especially if you're
It's
desperate.
flyable. Especially if you're desperate. Then that's the key word there. So as fast as his little wings can carry him, Cassius is fleeing back to Halloween Town.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Hey, do you know what might be fun?
What?
Con save. How tired is he upon arriving?
Ooh, that would be fun.
How
That would be fun.
hard has he been pushing himself?
Let's see. 18. Okay, he's doing okay.
The adrenaline is high.
The adrenaline is high, and he probably has a lot of excess energy from, yeah.
He did have a little snack. Just a little one, just the tiniest.
He did have a little itty-bitty tiny snack.
The smallest sippy you could imagine.
It wasn't small. It was not a small sippy. It was, in fact, a big sippy.
Well, by the time
man.
Cassius does make it there, it's getting pretty late.
Mm-hmm.
Suitably for Halloween Town. How does Cassius intend to find someone, anyone? Oh God.
I honestly don't know. I think he's freaked out too much to like think rationally, which is his normal way of doing things. So he's just on autopilot, moving until he finds somebody he knows.
All right, roll perception, buddy.
Okay. Here we go. It's time for perception. I like rolling perception because I just roll the dice and tell you the number. That's a 7.
Oh my god.
He's not having a good time with it.
No.
No, he's not. He's having a bad time.
In my mind, this just becomes like, flying in panicky circles for at least a few straight minutes. What do, what do, and then finally spot something and brain latches on because, hey, there is a, well, not tall Cassius, tall-ish figure moving through the dimly lit streets below.
Mm-hmm.
It has antlers and a red coat.
Mm-hmm. He knows that. He knows that those antlers. He knows that red coat. Just starts immediately beelining towards it. Not even really hiding.
Just dive bomb. The seagull dive bomb.
Yeah. Just like...
Cool. Rolling perception for my boy. That's... Alright. That's actually pretty good. You only get a +1, right? Yes. So, this will be 16 perception.
Oh, that's really good for Craigory. Wow.
It is. Cassius is like fucking wing flaps.
Mm-hmm.
And Craigory's only seen Cassius like, hanging out upside down in bat form. He doesn't know what the sound is.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around. Huh? What? And I'm gonna be honest, Obby. Yeah. You read my mind. Smack directly into the nose.
Like, that one video of someone slapping a piece of cheese onto a cat?
Yeah. Craigory veering back exactly like the cat. Yeah. Hand up, try to like wipe. What? Hello? What? Smack wipe.
Cassius yelps as he's smacked off. And like tumbles to Craigory's shoulder.
And continue to get smacked.
Cassius
to, like,
is getting away. He's
off.
hopping off. He's getting on the floor.
Craigory's like hopped
Cassius
back.
Yeah. Craig, you see the bat fly like a foot away from you before there's like a poof of smoke, and then Cassius just kind of bowls onto the ground, limbs sprawled everywhere.
Oh my god! Don't! I thought that was a big spider. Why would you do that?
Like Cassius is like getting his bearings. It's
14 insight.
14
Craigory,
insight. Yeah. Cassius is obviously a little worse for wear. Like, this is literally him showing up immediately after the Mercenaries game, which means right now he's sitting on like 11 HP.
Okay, so he's like visibly fucking injured.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that helps inform things a bit, because Craigory kind of like freeze and then just attitude flip immediately. Look, Becker, you... oh my... Okay. I won't ask if you're okay. You're obviously not. Just playing healing right. Are you... looks around.
Like Cassius is like pulling himself off the ground, and like one of his arms is holding onto one of his very bruised ribs that you can't see because he's still wearing his clothes, but
the posture kind of betrays it.
Yeah.
Okay. Craigory will like move.
Do you have someplace private?
If you can't, I guess it depends on what you need out of it. Like if we go to network, Lynn's gonna want to get involved in this immediately. And I don't know if you want that yet.
I as few people as possible, please.
Right. Okay. Craigory's gonna like move in to take the arm Cassius isn't using to like hold himself together and like sling it over his shoulder to like take some weight off. Like 11 HP, dude, for a high level character. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This way. Craigory's just going to be moving for
follow.
Like, basically, aka off the streets to like a park space because the minimum possible amount of people to involve in Halloween Town is the town. The town can be discreet. So we're moving to where there isn't going to be people traffic.
Limp,
drag. Yeah. Is like, like, is there a timer? Like, is someone like right on your tail? What is going on?
I don't know. And like Cassius is like looking around, and like he drags a hand over his face.
Okay, once we get set, I may have a healing potion in hammer space. I'm gonna have to dig for that one. But what happened?
Can people scry in Halloween Town?
Yes, there are locations that there are people who can cast Private Sanctum, and that cannot be scried into.
Like Cassius is like rubbing his face, and he's like, yeah.
Actually, Craigory's going to consider Cassius for a moment. He's going to do a think, and then he's going to fumble with something at his hip and just hook a little skull-shaped trinket onto Cassius.
Oog.
That'll work for now. That'll do the same thing.
Oog.
Non-detection, no scry, that sort of thing. It'll do for now. In the meantime, I think Craigory's dragged into a spot he considers to be, this is going to have to be good enough, and it's just going to sit Cassius down. This guy should not be standing. Oh my god. Lean him against a tree.
Cassius, like once he's like sat down, he like brings one of his knees up to his chest, and one of his hands goes down and kind of grips the grass that's underneath it, and he's just catching his figurative breath. He doesn't need to breathe, but he's still doing the motions.
I know Craigory has picked up potions of healing in games previous, but I'll do a hammer space roll. We'll basically just make it a chance whether he's able to retrieve one or not. Just because I haven't kept good track of what has and hasn't been used up. But he's going to give it an attempt.
That's fair.
So we'll call this like a 50% chance. Oof. It's only a 4.
Yeah, no. Then don't do it.
He pulls out an empty bottle. He's like, why did I put that back in there? That's annoying. Okay. Tossing it back in like a complete hypocrite. This has probably happened before. This is the cycle.
The cycle. The empty bottle will never leave.
Yeah. Listen, he keeps on, like, it's going to be useful for something. If, refill with a potion, but he needs to remember it's there. Point is, basically kneeling down in front of Cassius, like, okay. I can't do much on whatever this is unless I know a little bit of what's going on. Like, are you being chased?
Give me a moment. I need to.
Craigory gave him that moment, but he's now on kind of like high alert. He's like looking around. I mean, good instincts on coming here. Like it's hard for people to get in here without being noticed or clocked. So,
Cassius just kind of like robotically nods. Craigory, I fucked up really badly.
I could guess that a little, yeah.
I think I've made a very powerful enemy.
Okay. Great. Like, how powerful are we talking?
Well, they can scry, you know that much. They can cast powerful magic. Like 9th level powerful.
Okay. Like, as in you've seen them cast a 9th level?
Yes, I have. And like Cassius is like gripping his hair and his head like knocks back against the back of the tree.
Okay. And so let's not do that to ourselves. Cass, I'm gonna be honest. With only that for context, like, this is sounding like something, the people in charge of here are gonna need to be alerted to. If this is someone who's actively, like, trying to follow you. If nothing else.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Craigory, I fucked up.
Well, yes? Do you want to, like, elaborate on that? Like, I'm kind of flying blind here. Any information I can get.
Cassius, like, for a long, long moment, looks like he's, like, trying to think of a way to put it. Trying to he's trying to mitigate the damage, but he doesn't see a way out of it. Because he's... Ugh. And, like, Craigory can see him, like, frantically ruminating over this before he eventually decides to just rip the Band-Aid off. And he just... I took a job.
Okay. Did you, like, steal from someone?
I kidnapped someone. I helped.
Craigory has coiled back. Sorry, could you okay, one more time, could you say that? Like, one more time, just to make sure I got that. You took a job and the job was...
What, did you have your fingers in your ears? I kidnapped someone, Craigory.
Why would you do that? I mean, I know you kind of been like, so, like, are you, like, hurting for money? Is that how, like, bad things are?
I don't know. I don't remember the reasonings. The reasonings aren't important anymore.
What do you mean they aren't? Okay, next question. Did you succeed?
Cassius, like, takes a deep breath before he nods. And he buries his head in his hands, and Craigory can see, like, his fingers digging into his skin.
What made you think this was a good idea? What? Okay, hold on. Okay. Backing up several steps, how are these two things related? If you succeeded in the job, who's mad at you? Is it, like, the people who care for this?
The person who hired me. They found out I was...
Found out you were, like, what, a young idiot?
A vampire, Craigory!
Okay. So you're, like, what, upset now that you're getting a taste of medicine? You're...
Cassius just kind of falls silent again.
Cassius, if this person hadn't found out you were a vampire and apparently hates vampires and has 9th level spells and is apparently, you're pretty sure, ready to kick your ass, would you even be saying anything about this to anyone at all?
I don't know. And that's what scares me.
Well, there's worse answers than that for sure. Craigory literally just seems to be gathering himself. Like, he'll open his mouth, then, like, close it. And he's gotten up and is kind of pacing.
Mm-hmm.
So this other person that you've fucked over, like, what, this guy has them, they're gone, what's... Do you even know who? Like, did you think about this at all? And this kid got a solo job, like, what? Who were you working with? What kind of people were all grabbed? What? And who hires a hit team? Like, at least when... Some people are man enough to just do it themselves, honestly. Yes?
Sorry, just the hit of some people aren't man enough to do it themselves.
Craigory will evade the ambassador. Coward. Little baby that doesn't want to get their hands dirty. Little shit axe. 9th level spells and can't be bothered to do their own dirty work. Craigory knows a bitch when he hears one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like, I'll be real, Craigory's like running through all the things he knows, and he's kind of like on the, how do we fix this? I don't even know who got, but my sympathies are vast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cassius, and what's your plan? Just running?
I don't know.
Couldn't hack it, and now it's time to disappear? I
don't want to die, Craig. I don't want to die.
Okay, well, that answers me, Kraken's question of what was going to happen next. Because Craigory was going to try an insight to figure out, like, is Cassius just freaked out because he did a bad and he's realizing it was bad, or does he, like, legitimately think he's in deadly danger? That answers that.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't want you to die, though. Just...
You want to roll insight?
I will roll insight. Get... Oh. Thank you. Thank you, Craigory. It's going to be a dirty 20, actually.
Dirty 20? Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, tasty.
Okay, well.
He's looking for answers. He wants to hear something like...
Craigory, this entire time, as you've been talking to Cassius has been reacting, like, to a lot of your questions with obvious nervousness and genuine fear, obviously, but he's also been reacting like these are things that he was expecting. He was expecting this reaction. He was expecting this conversation to go this way. He was not expecting you to say that.
Which that specifically, Craigory said he doesn't want him to die either.
Yeah. Like, he seems genuinely surprised, which is concerning on a number of levels.
Yeah. And, like, I feel with that Nat 20 in not nat 20, but the dirty 20 insight. Just Craigory is aware that Cassius is young. Like, vampirism kind of makes that iffy, but like, is a young vampire on top of just being young.
Mm-hmm.
The pacing kind of slows. Fingers tapping and fiddling. Just kind of like kneels down in front of Cassius. Like, I don't think I ever got it straight. How old? I'm just a kid.
What'd you say?
He was kind of muttering and didn't quite finish the sentence, but.
Ah, okay.
You are just a kid, huh? I mean, I know it sucks to hear that at your age, but God.
Yeah, Cassius kind of like flinched at that statement and kind of closes his eyes and takes a deep breath.
Oh, does it look he's bracing for something?
I don't know. He's just
Well, that means it's going to be a complete surprise for Cassius when he feels himself getting pulled into a hug.
Oh. Oh. Oog. There's just a long, tense moment where Cassius is just kind of really stiff in Craigory's arms.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not sure what to do. Before Craigory, you can feel Cassius's arms kind of like latch around you. And his shoulders start to shake.
Yeah. Just kind of like rest back on heels. Still thinking a lot, but hugging this kid who he has the distinct impression did not think through or fully understand what he'd be getting into and is now experiencing consequences in the worst way possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Cassius has done what Craigory always encourages of people. He's fucked around and he's currently finding out really badly.
Yeah. He's finding out really, really badly.
And kind of importantly for Craigory in this moment, sure seems like Cassius is never going to try something like this again.
Yeah, no. No.
So think of some next steps. Organize getting you something to hide your movements. That is something I know that can be done. For getting this sap out of the situation you've put him in, that's a job for a detective. And I sure do know a detective who can pass along that info to the people who can most relevantly and directly help. and I'm glad you've told me this, because that means it can get fixed. Okay?
I don't.
And I'm glad you're okay. I'm not gonna lie, still mad about things at you, but I'm thinking you've learned a little something out of this, and it's not like this is going to become a regular habit. Right?
Cassius just kind of wordlessly nods. He keep like seeming like he's going to try to start talking before he stops again and just goes back to thinking.
I think having the scare of being hunted down is plenty enough to teach and discourage a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it's a little better than getting that lesson taught through having a hit put on you yourself. Huh?
What'd you say? I did not hear the question.
Craig was saying, like, I guess it's a little bit better to learn this way than to be, kidnapped yourself, huh? Sounds like this person's just out to hunt you, which is also bad, but I'd argue a little bit better. You know it's coming.
This is something that I always feared would be an inevitability for me. Though I admit I thought it would be different people.
Yeah, I guess Vampire Hunter isn't exactly a thing that doesn't exist. I kind of forget that just because all my familiarity is here, and it's just not a thing in Halloween Town.
This place is just so strange to me. It's the opposite of where I grew up.
Craigory rotating some pieces in his brain and trying to fit them together. Hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is something I've found hard to believe in life myself, but Jocks and Asclepius keep on telling me there's always help to be found in Halloween Town for people who ask for it. So, I think we can help you. Not that I think it'll be quite needed, but like I'll vouch for you.
Why would... I don't deserve any of this. If anything, I deserve to... Ugh.
What, you deserve to be staked through the heart? Is that what you're trying to argue? This is a town of monsters, but, like, nobody's a monster, if you get my meaning.
I'm a monster, Craigory.
You've made a big mistake, not gonna lie. But, frankly, so does everyone.
I am a monster that my family would hunt down and kill without a second thought.
Well, that sounds like your family's problem. That sounds like a not very good family. That sounds like a family who doesn't know all there is to know. Like, sounds to me they wouldn't understand this place, for example. And you've been here. Like, you've seen there's nothing. This is a good place. And you've been existing here just fine. You're a kid, you've made a mistake. Like, being a vampire doesn't inherently make you a monster. It's like what you choose to do and keep doing with it. And as far as I can tell, you've done more help than hurt overall. You've helped me. And, like, frankly, you haven't had to. You've had, honestly, quite a lot of reason to actually tell me to piss off. You there, Obby, or is Cassius doing big think?
He's doing big think.
Big think.
Yeah.
I mean, vampire hunter without nuance sounds to me like the monster in this situation.
What'd you say?
Vampire hunter without nuance sounds like the monster in this situation to Craigory.
Mm-hmm. Cassie's just kind of does like a half sigh, half groan, and just pulls his knees up to his chest and rubs at his eyes. I'm such an idiot.
Maybe. We're all idiots at some point or another, but you won't be an idiot in this way again. And I think this is overall still salvageable.
I can promise you I won't. I don't ever want to do this again. I don't ever want to.
Good. Good.
I don't want to feel like the monster people that I maybe I thought I was. I don't know.
Okay. Then I think then step one to helping with that feeling is to help get the ball rolling, to help out the guy that you assisted in kidnapping. It's honestly that straightforward. So
Cassius nods.
Pretty good faith in people's skills to do something with the information you can give us.
Even if we could inform people about this, that this person is powerful, Craigory.
Yeah. No, I've 9th level, I've gotten that impression. But something to be said for any numbers that can be scraped up, and anything you know about them and can pass on or use is something that people can be clever with.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cassius kind of chews at his lip.
Craigory might not say this aloud, but he's thinking, if we're lucky, this guy is so focused on hunting you down that he's a little less focused on the guy he has just successfully acquired. He thinks that problem is done and over with, probably. Mission success, wiped his hands of this.
Can you draw?
Can I draw?
Yes, this... Or do you know someone who can? And Cassius, like, casts Silent Image as a rubber hose tune.
Yep. Ooh, what's he silent imaging?
He's basically holding out his hand and making a illusory representation of the ambassador.
Ooh. Craigory eyeing this illusion with extreme distaste.
Mm-hmm. With the red hair and the big bushy mustache of the fancy outfit.
Me, Kraken, are not seen any images. Villain mustache?
Big bushy.
Fantastic. Okay, so noted. Robotnik ass motherfucker, heck, shut up. I'm only gonna be seeing Robotnik now, round and everything.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, Oatmeal's dropped like the actual thing, and it looks like a normal human person.
It's a normal man.
We're all just normal men.
We're all normal men.
Okay, see, that one has the handlebar mustache. That's good.
That's the one.
You gotta twirl that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd say the best artist I immediately know is Lynn, honestly, which is convenient. She does sketches. She does, face sketches.
Cassius immediately looks scared again. It's the best way I can put it.
Look, she's going to be the one who can help the best in terms of getting things moving for do you even have a name for kidnapper or kidnappee? It's like anonymous.
They used a title. The ambassador is what he called himself. The person we were hired to capture was the professor.
Professor? Professor of what?
I don't know. That was just the name we were given.
Well, non-specific, but that's probably going to be something.
The 9th level spell he used was some sort of abjuration spell. Powerful. I'm gonna actually roll an Arcana roll real quick and see if Cassius can, like, identify what spell it was. Yeah. It's probably gonna be, like, 25 minimum.
Yeah. It's like 9th level's no fucking joke.
He would have to get a nat 20 in order to understand what.
Like, you have to understand, from Craigory's perspective, last Craigory knew not even the Thrall could cast 9th level spells.
Yeah, this guy's
bad. That's the scariest motherfucker he knows.
No, 13. Cassius knows it's probably abjuration, and it's pretty hecking powerful.
It tracks entirely for 9th level spells. Craigory's not going to question that.
Whatever the spell was, it shrunk the professor down into a gemstone, a diamond specifically.
Ooh. Where's your Arcana bonus there? And Oatmeal over here. Put DC dirty 20.
Do you want to get an advantage because Cassius
I'm not
is trying to
need advantage, baby.
Yeah, because Cassius is attempting to describe it in detail so Craigory can maybe identify.
I'll go for the advantage just in case I get a nat 20, but no, we'll take the 26.
26. Yeah.
Eyes go fucking wide. Imprisonment?
Yeah. Imprisonment, yeah, that's the one.
Okay. That might complicate things, but that is extremely critical information that anyone who takes this on is going to need to know. All right. Craigory's just like looking at this poor kid who is still a big, huge mess.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of deciding.
Hey, you want to hear a fun fact about Cassius?
Yes, I do. Always.
His makeup, his eyeliner has been ruined.
It's running.
It's running.
Craigory's not going to tell him. Some of it may have rubbed off on his shirt.
Oh yeah, no, it's all over Craigory's shoulder.
For sure. But Craigory's looking at this. Kid's still a huge mess. Yes, this is urgent. But also Cassius is not going to be much help if he is tongue-tied and still a total mess when trying to talk to Lynn or Spookies. He's currently should be entirely untraceable thanks to borrowing a amulet of non-detection. So there's a little bit of time to unwind. Craigory thinks they can afford a bit of time to unwind. If this professor person has been imprisoned, in his mind, as far as he knows, then that's bad, but it's also not like an immediate danger. He's being like contained. Transported, potentially. Sure, that's a problem.
Hang on. But I'm realizing Cassius can maybe piece together something. But I would have to ask Oatmeal if it would be okay to like roll for it. Because Oatmeal, I'm scurrying into the commentary zone for your for your information. One of the things that Cassius was told when they were sent to capture the professor and, kidnap him, was about the phone box that could teleport to places.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Cassius also knows that the ambassador showed up pretty quickly after that call, and there was weird mechanical sounds. Could he potentially make a roll to make the connection that, hey, either he's got his own or he stole that?
No! I don't like that. Keep away from Ellie. Got from the ellipsis.
Oh, metal box wasn't a telephone box. Okay. I forgot that he saw it.
Mm-mm.
Thank you, Oatmeal.
Ellipsis, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. I think, as Cassius is, thinking, because he's been not thinking about the situation for a while now, because even thinking about it was freaking him the fuck out.
Understandable.
But, now that he's calmed down and that he's, purposefully thinking and trying to gather information that he saw so that he can put it forward to make things easier for other folks he's going to, again, use one of the rubber hose silent images to, in addition to make a visual of the ambassador, is to make a visual of the device that he showed up in.
Well, Craigory doesn't know what the fuck that is, and I doubt he'd have any sort of context to intuit it. That's a box, baby.
I know. When we were sent to, we were informed of a device that looked like a red telephone box that was capable of teleporting great distances. This is obviously not that device, but he did show up to cast the spell in this.
Craigory squinting slightly. He's not saying he disbelieves this association of Cassius's, but he's at least passingly familiar with the possibilities and limits of, not alchemy, not arcanotech, that's D20. The thing his fucking daughter is with the machines. He's not saying he disbelieves Cassius, but that seems pretty, pardon my pun, out of this world. Ouch. You might just well, okay, so this ambassador person's kind of stretched the truth on something. But, all information is good information.
All information is good information. And another thing that Cassius knows, actually, hang on. Oh. I can't believe he's giving us up. I'm gonna roll hammer space.
Artificer, that's the bitch.
That's the one. 9, okay. Cassius is going to, he's just going fully into the trying to tell every detail that he can recollect and giving any hint, any clue of things that can help.
Craigory, having been in a similar position, is just going to let him talk. He knows the search.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cassius is going to reach into his hammer space and pull out the maps that he used during the Mercenaries to mark down potential locations of the ellipsis where it was last parked.
Ooh.
The narrowed down locations of distinctly 2 circled locations. These are the potential spots I think we came across for the device that the professor had. It was in Good Time Town.
Right. Yeah. All useful stuff.
If this person is attempting to collect this device, getting to it first might be a good idea.
Okay. So, not to rush you, but a little bit to rush you. This, it's the kind of thing where the more time passes, the colder the trail gets. So, I think our first stop is going to have to end up being like network.
What'd you say? Cut off a little bit.
Yeah. Craigory's thinking the first stop is going to have to end up being network, and even if it's for Lynn to like bounce this on to another detective that may be more directly relevant. So he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I, Kraken, am sure Oatmeal has little plans.
Mm-hmm. It works. It works.
So how about this?
Hey!
You're going to have a little rest. Potentially we'll track down something for you to eat. You're probably hungry. And then,
believe it or not, I'm not hungry.
Look, I know that stress and adrenaline can make you ignore some things, but like it's probably going to be once you do start.
No, Craigory, there's a reason this man found out I was a vampire.
Why did you try to bite him then?
I don't know. It was... In retrospect, it was an awful idea, but it seemed like a pretty good idea at the time.
Like, I get being hungry, but were you on a job actively? Why?
It's just... shrugging.
Craigory not clocking it. It was like specifically to awaken the professor.
Mm-hmm. Cassius doesn't want to say it out loud because it's bad. It's bad. He feels bad.
Cassius wilting. For funsies, insight check. Oh
Insight.
no!
Yay!
No!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no no no!
Oh no!
And by that I mean oh
no,
yes.
no. Oh no! Yeah.
Nat 20 gets seen.
There's
Because
definitely information.
Here's what's even funnier.
There's
Craigory
definitely
assumed that this guy found out because Cassius bit the vampire hating ambassador. That was his assumption. And then the more Cassius wilts, squint, puzzle pieces, click, 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 click. I hope at least tasted good.
Cassius is just sweating. What'd you say?
I hope it at least tasted good.
It wasn't him, it was...
The professor,
he's too ashamed to admit it out loud. He just nods.
I mean, if you're going to be tactical about something, that's, weakening the target is a part of the job, Chain of lightning to the back, drink their blood, just accomplishes the same thing.
Can we hold off on talking about it for a moment?
Yeah.
And like Cassius is like covering his mouth. Which, because the fangs have started poking out more.
I thought you said you weren't hungry.
If you thought your blood was... This was a whole other level. I need to stop thinking about this. And he's like lifts his vest up to his mouth and starts chewing on it.
Nah. Be real, Craigory's response to that is kind of like an almost visual. Oh, thank God. Someone is worse / better than me in this respect. Well, you know what's great for getting your mind off things? Getting up and having a little walk. Let's go. Gonna, like, take an arm and carefully lift Cassius up because boy is still injured.
Yeah, no, you lift Cassius up and he, like, winces the whole time.
Yeah. So, hey, guess what else is waiting on that work? People with healing magic. Let's chop. Let's move.
Cassius is not excited about other people knowing.
Well, the good news is, as far as Craigory is concerned, the only person who needs to be, like, in the know in any detail is Lynn, who can then decide what best to do with that information. All, like, Jocks would need to know is, hey, I can vouch that he's going to need a little something to avoid being tracked, and I know you can do that. Please. Por favor. For me.
Yeah.
So. It's Craigory's plan of action, and Cassius, I'm sorry, you're being a little bit frog-marched.
Oatmeal put something in the chat that is making me giggle.
The bad news is Lynn knows prof.
Yeah.
Lynn, you did what?
You did what?
But that's a problem for potentially later. That's not something we can deal with right here and now.
This is a problem that's going to bite Cassius in the butt within the hour.
Yeah.
Something. This is a future Cassius problem. No, the future is now.
The future is in half an hour, because Craig is going to take him on a bit of a walk to help calm him down so he can be kind of coherent for Lynn. Yeah. How late do we reckon it is for game reference? You were saying it was like nighttime by the arrive. He beetled in like
Cassius would have had to fly from the outskirts of Toontown to Halloween Town. It probably took him hours. It's probably either like the AM hours where it's gonna be dawn soon. Probably probably that. That's a good
4
one.
4 a.m. seems like a good number. What was Craigory doing at 4 a.m.? Ask him no questions and he shall tell you no lies.
Probably something to do with science. Magic science.
He'll let Cassius believe that, for sure.
That's his assumption.
He's not going to dispute that. There's more important things to do.
There's more important things to do, like fix this. Fix this real bad.
Yep. I think with that, it's going to be the end of where we can... Hex, oh my god. Hex is right. Lucille wanted to show him a cool fish.
Good.
It was such a cool fish. Lucille and Jim. Hey, Craigory.
Good. Yes, good. Good.
All right. I think that's gonna wrap up what we can do here. Congrats, Cassius. Feels bad, man.
Yay! Yay!
You
He's
know what?
gone through the horrors.
There's potential title. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man. There's the title of our FPS. It only took us after the FPS to come up with it.
We're so good at naming things.
We're so good at naming things.
All right. I'm going to wrap up the recording. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.